G'day and welcome to another episode. In this episode we're going to look at the installation of a Blackjack to a zone base. In the first option, it's a fairly simple, straightforward installation that most people will be able to handle themselves. Option 2, we're going to hardwire the Blackjack into the battery system, and we're also going to modify the stone guard so it will still work on the front of your van. We're also going to have a look at the compliance of installing the Blackjack in front of your gas bottles, and then we're going to show you how easy it is to use. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Today we're going to have a look at how to change the manual jack stand on a zone base to a Blackjack electric. This jack's fine, works fine, but sometimes Anne has a bit of trouble in working it, so we're just going to make it easier for all of us to operate. First thing we're going to do is just remove the stone guard, which is fairly easy. These two pins just pop out, and you need an offsider to help you. And I've got offsider helping me today. Pete's offered to give me a hand, and to remove the stone guard you certainly need two people to lift it off. It's a lot easier. Guard off, you've just got to hook the car up to take the load off the trailer. You just need an 80mm socket, and we're going to remove these bolts to take the jack stand off. Yep, so once you get the 4 bolts out, you can just lift this out. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to weigh this to see what it is, because the new Blackjack, 17 kilos it weighs. We've just taken delivery of a Blackjack trailer jack. So when you unpack it, this is what you get in the box. So apart from the actual Blackjack itself, you've got that folding leg. We'll show you how that works later. All the hardware, there's a good cover to go on it, emergency handle in case you haven't got any power, and a good wiring loom, which is a new feature. So basically everything you need is in the one kit. We're just going to show you how to assemble this now. It's a really bit of smart gear. Just semi-set it up. It slides straight over the top there, so then you can put the bottom bolts on it. So the good thing about this bracket, you don't have to drill any holes. The bolts just go top and bottom of the channel that supports the Blackjack. So job done fairly quickly, 4 bolts, and it just fits nicely actually. But yeah, it's great, you don't have to drill any holes in the chassis. So it's all fitted up, that's the easy part. Now we'll get on to wiring. So we've got it all installed. And the Blackjack comes with a wiring loom already connected to it, which is several meters long. And then if you want an easy install, you can just plug it in straight into the back of your Anderson plug in the car, and that will power up the Blackjack. It needs a 30 amp circuit, which your Anderson plug will be. Plug it in, turn on the car, and then you're ready to go. So if you want to keep it as a basic, simple installation, you can just use the Anderson plug as I suggested to plug it into the back of the car to power it up. And also you can leave the stone guard off the front, which you'll find also a weight saving. Now the old jack stand that was there weighed just under 9 kilos. The Blackjack is 17 kilos total weight. I wanna dance with you, my love. So the installation we decided on was a little bit more complex, and that is hardwiring the Blackjack back to the battery system under the seat. So we had a continuous power supply whether we're hooked up to the car or not, and also modifying the stone guard so it will now fit with the Blackjack in place. I'll just show you what we've done. That's the bar that used to go across the top of the stone guard, so I've had to cut that off. So I've got an angle grinder and cut it at both ends. Now that's really strong still, it's braced down the bottom here. There's still plenty of strength in that. I've just slightly repositioned this to give it a little bit more stretch behind the Blackjack. So where we cut that tubing, we just put some end caps in, went and picked those up from Bunnings. For permanent installation, the cable that's already connected to the Blackjack motor that I showed you when we plugged into the Anderson plug of the car, you just have to wire that under the caravan itself. So we brought it round here, we've actually cable tied it to that strengthening gusset, and we've connected that Anderson plug to the 5-metre cable that came with the Blackjack. So it's already sheathed in a corrugated conduit. So then that's a matter of just bringing it up, and then you can run it inside the channel of the chassis rail. That's the channel of the chassis that you're going to run the cable inside. So you'll need some yellow tongue to poke that through, attach this cable to it, and then you can push that right back, and then you just have to bring it out just over the rear wheel. So underneath where the chargers are, there is plenty of room underneath there, and you can see there's a large conduit that comes up full of cables. I couldn't get into that conduit, but that was a mark for where I could drill the hole. I used a 22mm hole saw to go through the floor, fill that up with silicone, and then poke the wire in and got the corrugated conduit up in there, and then sealed all that off so it's waterproof and dustproof. And then I've added a 30 amp fuse that actually came with the Blackjack and wired that into the buzz bar of the existing system. All complete. Another great accessory on our zone base to make life easier. So Anne's going to show you how easy this is now compared to what it used to be. Take it up.
Going up.
That's just child's play now, isn't it?
Yeah,
how good is that?
It's easy for me.
Yes. It's good, you don't even have to take the cover off to use it. Once you feel where the switch is, you can just operate it with the cover on it.
There we go, locked in. Good. That was easy for me.
So what do you reckon? Is that easy?
Oh, that's great.
That is so much better, isn't it?
Fabulous, yeah.
If you've got any questions, just drop us a note in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Apart from the actual installation, the other big question to ask, is it compliant to put a Blackjack in front of your gas bottles? The Australian standards require that an ignition source cannot be located within the clearance of an exchange gas cylinder. The standard defines an ignition source as a source of energy that can ignite an explosive atmosphere. Such source will include, but are not limited to, flames, incandescent materials, electrical sparks, hot surfaces, and mechanical impact sparks. For the purpose of domestic caravans and boats, items or equipment within the controlled area that are non-sparking by nature or encapsulated are not considered to be ignition sources. I have ordered 2 covers to go over these gas bottles just to make sure it is compliant. And that's all, folks.